I'm so worthless. That is not true. I'm worthless and everyone will be better off without me. That is not true. She expresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. That is not true. I'm not good at anything and it feels like everyone just has to put up with me and I hate it. I hate it. Again, Sayori, not true. Thank you for coming back and joining me for Doki Doki Literature Club, the side stories. And here it is. We have the second part of Trust open, and I was playing through a little bit and everything. And, just to get ahead, and look at this. I have Sayori with Yuri. So, that'll be something next that I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to change the picture real quick. So this is where I got into so far. Yes. Back. That's my new avatar for now. I like this picture and everything, just smiling and everything like that. I must admit, I do like that. All right, but now we go on to Trust, Part 2. And get your tissues out if you're the type of person who cries or anything. But let's begin. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Though Monika should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. No, you're not, Monika. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kind of feelings, and I'm just letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I think to act and ask her about her own feelings. So much for this stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the Count guest, Monika, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monika? Is everything okay? Oop. I don't want to be clicking while it's on their chest. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monika shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me I'm trying to make this the club that I need the most, right? But our problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as soon as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monika stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. See, that's... allow someone to worry about you. Because you want to worry about others, let people worry about you. I know you don't think you have value, but that's the truth is you do have value. If I want to get in, my faith and everything, being a Christian, everyone has value. That's why he came and died for each one of us. Okay, I mean, this is kind of, where I was at. This is why this game hit me kind of hard, because I identified a lot with this view of Sayori, that I didn't really have any value or anything. And I've come a long way to not view myself that way anymore. So it's just kind of, seeing this again. But truth is, you have value. This is a cartoon character in a game, but in real life, everyone has value, okay? We're friends, right? Rose Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. Exactly. Yes, Monika. Yes, Monika. That's a weird thing to say. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. You're trying to push off Sayori from what the truth is. Monika messages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things. As fair it is for Monika to pry, it's also painful for Monika to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry I looked. I just respected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least need to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monika takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monika pauses to collect her thoughts. Oh, yes, New Year. Thank you. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I promise if you'll promise. Unable to help it, Monika returns Sayori's smile. See, I'll lend you a smile and I'll give it back. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind him, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitment? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fill my end of the promise, you know. There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I mean, you don't have to be a scholar or anything. I think I just need, like, some motivation. Like, I wasn't saying like with the other things because it was just the way the mood was and everything, but that's the fourth like I counted in my head so far. I never knew where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that would come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're going to have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. Then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first, and then it makes it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. 2 likes in 1 sentence, Sayori. It's more like college when you find out the little things you want to put in. Oh, I said a college. A collage, a collage. Where you find all the things you want to put in, then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like the only way. 4 likes, Sayori. But it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get caught up in how much it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. When I pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist. You idiot. Don't call yourself an idiot. Monika scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're supposed to police your feelings. Oh, you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. It's just, well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monika rewrites, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote that down and I'm mad at myself for. Then I did that extra thing anyway. It's really going to take some time getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monika continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. Surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it, but after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monika's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all the random thoughts. Phew. Monika looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. It's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying to I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'd be good at writing poems. Haha, don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. That conversation always happens with Sayori beaming. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it. Monika and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, 2 of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond straightens, so is the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Yay. Another day passes. As usual, Monika's the first one in the club room, where there is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all new ideas Monika and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave that reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart, but the message being delivered is that one could use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monika and Sayori had thought that would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monika thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be present if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form, but with that, the weight of Monika's shoulder only becomes heavier. The debate club is always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. Even if you didn't believe in it. I mean, that's the point of the debate club. You get assigned to a position, say I just used the word like. I'm not putting that towards the counter, though. But say you, for example, that'd be a better way of putting it. For example, say, I remember this in middle school. I had to watch this kind of thing with the younger people in 6th grade. Is Pluto a planet? Yes, that was the debate back in the time when they made Pluto not a planet anymore. So now we have 8 planets in our solar system as opposed to 9. I'm sorry, Pluto's a freaking planet. But they were debating why it wasn't not that way on the stage or whatever. I'm just Pluto's a planet, okay? I'm sticking with that position. My very good mother just gave us 9 what? You can't finish the thing without 9. It's 9 pizzas. You're supposed to finish out the sentence. All right, but anyway. That's why Monika was so good at it. It exists entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monika pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of her pen firmly against the paper, but her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink catches around the top of her pen. Monika lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monika's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite of herself, Monika presses her pen down once again and lets the ink flow. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monika. Just move your hand. Monika writes, "This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain." This is actually a very profound statement in some ways. Because as much as you want to, seek perfection, you're just screwing it up. A stain. Yeah. But we're going to try to, walk as best we can. That's the thing. People get caught up on the Bible verse of be you perfect as I am perfect. I think someone said a better translation of that sentence would be you mature. Because Scripture says, in different places, you're going to fall. Perfection is not, you're not going to be perfect. It's knowing when to get back up and keep walking. Like a just man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. It says in Proverbs. Monika slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monika hears Sayori approaching her desk and stops for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down on the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? Too close. The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard on the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard just to be vulnerable. Sarah takes a sheet of paper from Monika's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sarah gazes at Monika with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monika takes the paper from Sarah's desk and reads it. Technically, I think if she wrote it on the back, this would be over here. This stain thing, but yeah. I love and hate this game. I do. It speaks just like so much to different places I was at in my life, but at the same time, it's just like I don't want to see. Sometimes I just see this in people and I just don't like it. Sorry. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sarah takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me I've never told anyone before. Even now my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. Just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. Maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. Those words, Monika stands up. Sorry, I must have taken days to work up courage for this. Were Monika's own futile but genuine efforts that actually pushed Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breath could be heard over the air conditioner. She prepares herself to continue. Monika waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kind of thoughts I have. So much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monika wants to say, but she stops in fear of saying the wrong thing. Just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Or wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would just worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. But and letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Here's something. How about you let other people be happy by making you happy, Sayori? Allow yourself to be loved. How'd you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talked about the club was supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. Just made me feel like I could say it in confidence and our friendship doesn't have to change. So silly, the club is only for 2 people, but it already means so much to me. Monika feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection of Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monika steps forward. This is like a healing session compared to the other game. If nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. This is a nice photo. And I like this song, too. We're listening without a smile as Sayori rests her forehead on Monika's shoulder. Through their contact, Monika can feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. In this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monika realized that the days that passed, the sooner when she really, really hopes nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything, I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. That is not true. I'm worthless and everyone will be better off without me. That is not true. She expresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. That is not true. I'm not good at anything and it feels like everyone just has to put up with me and I hate it. I hate it. Again, Sayori, not true. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, failing victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monika becomes determined to keep hers. She only wants what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Yeah, it's a nice photo. Monika offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said to herself the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. Exactly. And Monika can't magically make them go away, at least not yet. All she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would do. You have so much value. To me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here is the best thing that could have happened. Honestly, this feels like this should have been at the end of the side stories, because there could have been a build-up to this, I suppose, at the very beginning. This feels like something that could have been at the end, I suppose, in the beginning. But hey, what do I know? If we never got any members, I would still be happy. That's what brought you here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monika feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. Two share their embrace a while longer, and Monika lets Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her snuffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. Two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up, Wilson, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course it'll be your choice, but if you're looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing you would. Sayori suddenly, putting that together is a hard word to say. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired and hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I could say that's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monika smiles. But I may want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. Door opens halfway, then stops. A feast peeks inside. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. And we know who that face is. It is a good old-fashioned Yuri. A scene from the side story. Trust. I do like this picture. But I'm keeping it on the juice picture for now. Is there any other pictures? Oh wait, what's that? A sketch of Sayori's initial character design drawn by Devin, and Act 1 calls Sayori for help during Asuki and Yuri's argument. Oh. That's interesting. Looks pretty close to what Sayori would be. Smaller bow. This is the original. Why does this remind me of the Powerpuff Girls? Okay. Am I able to adjust the time? Music. Nah, this song. I do like this song too. If anything about the Doki Doki Plus is the soundtrack, and I really like this song. I do. Hug energy. Am I able to... There's something about changing the time, I just don't know how to do it. Internal. Or how about I do 2, 2, 1. Oh, here we go. Please try again later. How about 2, 2, 3, 2. How about 5, 2, 3, 1. Alright, well, that didn't do anything. Well, thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you the next time when we start playing for Yuri and Sayori in Understanding. Alright, bye.